Heroin is a morphine opioid substance synthesized from the dried latex of the opium poppy plant. It is mainly used as a recreational drug for its euphoric effects. Heroin is a highly addictive opioid drug, and its use has repercussions that extend far beyond the individual user. The medical and social consequences of drug use, such as hepatitis, HIV, AIDS, crime, violence, and disruptions in family, workplace, and educational environments, have a devastating impact on society. It can divide families, ruin childhoods, and affect mental health. Growing and producing drugs pollutes the air, ground, and destroys water resources. Overall, substance abuse costs the United States more than $750 billion a year in terms of healthcare, work productivity, and crime. Drug addiction can even cause death. From 2011 to 2021, 649,599 American people aged 18 to 64 died from a drug overdose. Nearly 108,000 persons in the U.S. died from a drug-involved overdose in 2022. Another 81,083 people in the USA died from an opioid drug-involved overdose in 2023. A large dose of heroin depresses heart rate and breathing to such an extent that a user cannot survive without medical attention. Narcan is an opioid receptor antagonist medication that can eliminate all signs of opioid intoxication to reverse an opioid overdose. It works by rapidly binding to opioid receptors, preventing heroin from activating them. It's a nasal spray that is sprayed directly into one nostril and can be used by non-medical personnel and has been shown to be cost-effective and save lives. According to the CDC, someone in the United States dies from a drug overdose almost every 5 minutes. Heroin is typically sold as a white or brownish powder that is cut with sugars, starch, or powdered milk. Pure heroin is a white powder with a bitter taste that is mostly produced in Afghanistan, Asia, and Latin America, where opium poppies are grown. Highly pure heroin can be snorted or smoked and may be more appealing to new users because it eliminates the stigma associated with injection drug use. But they both still come with deadly risks and the nightmare of withdrawal. Black tar heroin is a sticky like roofing tar or a hard like coal and is predominantly produced in Mexico and sold in the U.S. areas west of the Mississippi River. The dark color associated with black tar heroin results from crude processing methods that leave behind impurities. Impure heroin is usually dissolved, diluted, or injected into veins, muscles, or under the skin. Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid that is odorless, tasteless, and invisible to the naked eye. Fentanyl comes in two primary forms: pharmaceutical fentanyl and illicitly manufactured fentanyl. Pharmaceutical fentanyl is prescribed by a doctor to treat severe pain. Illicit fentanyl is often mixed into illegal drugs and pills and made to look like prescription medications, and comes in powdered, pill, and liquid form. While Mexico and China are the primary source countries for fentanyl and fentanyl-related substances trafficked directly into the United States and Canada, India is emerging as a source for finished fentanyl powder and fentanyl precursor chemicals. Seizures of fentanyl sourced from China average less than 1 kilogram in weight, but often test above 90% concentration of pure fentanyl. It is extremely potent. Just 2 milligrams of fentanyl, think a tiny grain of salt, can be fatal for the average person. Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid that is up to 50 times stronger than heroin and 100 times stronger than morphine. Fentanyl has a high risk for addiction and dependence. It can cause respiratory distress and death when taken or when combined with other substances, especially alcohol or illicit drugs such as heroin or cocaine. Xylazine, also known as Tranq, is a veterinary tranquilizer that has been found in some illicit drug supplies, worsening overdoses and causing gruesome wounds. In response, the FDA restricted imports of xylazine, commonly manufactured in China. People often use xylazine without knowing it when it is added to other drugs, most frequently fentanyl. Xylazine can slow breathing, heart rate, and blood pressure to dangerously low levels. Overdose reversal medications do not reverse the effects of xylazine. Experts recommend that people still give opioid overdose reversal medications to those experiencing symptoms of an overdose with suspected xylazine exposure. since opioids are often present with Zalzine. In addition to risk for overdose, repeated use is associated with skin wounds such as open sores, ulcers, and abscesses.